Ireland actually has 1,500 multinational corporations that are either headquartered there or have major facilities there. And we're talking some big names like Facebook, Google, Johnson & Johnson. How do you attract them, and why are they coming to Ireland?
I think probably a number of reasons. The first, undoubtedly, is talent. That's the number one conversation that we have with these companies when they're thinking about Ireland. And I think it's those countries and companies that can attract, develop and retain talent will be the most successful in the future. Our pro-enterprise policies, which we've had for decades, I think are a major attraction. It's easy to do business in Ireland. Obviously, we have a very consistent, transparent and competitive corporation tax rate and regime at 12.5%. All of those things add up, and the fact that we're English speaking and access to the European Union also a key attractor, I think.
Let's talk about that corporate tax rate for a minute. Here in the U.S., it's about 21%. You mentioned there it's about 12.5%. How big of a driver is that for these companies? And are there other factors that you think, besides taxes and talent, that bring them to Ireland?
Yeah, undoubtedly, the fact that we have a very competitive rate is an attraction. But I think the fact that it's stable, the stability of our regime and our rate over many years is probably the key driver, and that stability around pro-enterprise policies. So we've made it very easy for businesses to do business in Ireland. Investment in research and development by the state, very strong entrepreneurship in Ireland as well. We've seen recently Stripe, founded by two Irish guys, do phenomenal things in Silicon Valley, and an amazing funding round recently and amazing valuations, and all of that talent available here in Ireland.
So you're mentioning Stripe, obviously that's a fintech company, but in general, about 2/3 of the businesses that have headquarters or big facilities there, they're either tech, pharma, or medical device companies. Are you looking to diversify the type of companies you're attracting going forward?
So we've really targeted those sectors which we believe underpin a modern economy. So technology, pharmaceuticals, medical technologies, as you've mentioned, international financial services, engineering, and food is a significant industry in Ireland also. And those sectors have proven extraordinarily resilient, actually, during this period, and particularly over the last year. We only saw a 6% drop in investments in 2020, despite the global pandemic, and Ireland posted positive GDP growth, modest at 3.4% last year, but positive nonetheless. So these sectors that we have targeted over many years really have played out well for us. I think what we see is a wall of digitization coming at all sectors at this point, and that and sustainability and the green agenda. They're the two things that we're focused on at the minute.
So, Martin, clearly you're trying to continue to attract businesses. Let's circle back to taxes just for a minute. Janet Yellen and other global leaders, they've talked about a minimum multinational corporation tax that would perhaps reduce the ability of you to attract people because people wouldn't have to shop around for a tax rate. How would that impact your business?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing to say is we believe that the OECD process, which Janet Yellen is commenting on and feeding into, is the right process. It will address tax avoidance at a global level, and we believe that's much preferable to individual countries or individual blocks going it alone. I think we're a long way off understanding the detail of what exactly will come out of that process. The hope is that there will be political agreement by mid-year. The focus has been on in Pillar 2 of this process around minimum taxes, but there's also a focus in Pillar 1 around how substance and some attribution to market in terms of tax take will be provided for. And once we get political agreement, we'll have to see what the technical underpinning for that is. So we're a long way off, I think, really understanding what impacts it'll have on any country, including Ireland.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.